Whoa! How is everyone? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Twatch. Yes, the only comedy panel show on Twitch. I haven't researched to see if there was others, but fuck it, I'm going to claim it. We are here, we are live, and we are joined by our wonderful team captains, as always, and forever will be, and even if they die, Scottish Meatloaf and Puns are Blazing. Yes, and we are fortunate enough to be joined by some very special guests on this edition, our pilot edition. So do be cautious with this. You know, we're not experts yet, but the next one will be bloody experts. The always talented, bearded pizza fiend that is Numa Guy.
It's me, Numa Guy.
Yes, you are. And of course, my wonderful Discord partner. Will forever be linked, I think. The ever so small but big potato. Modest. Yes. How is everyone? Welcome in, everyone. I saw a lot of you there. Thank you all for the hosts, especially for many of the contestants tonight. And Harley as well, and FPG. I saw Charlie in there. JJ, welcome in. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you very much for coming out and supporting us in this endeavour. I may have been the only one to get the 80s memo. I may have forgot to send it. That's fine. We're gonna roll with it. We're gonna take our time. Say what you say. Don't let anybody get in my way, 'cause it's all too much for me to take. Sorry, I went into a bit of a 90s thing. I need to get back to the 80s. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Twatch. What is Twatch? It is a comedy panel show. It's sort of like a quiz show where points mean fuck all, and we just have a laugh and dick around, play some games for your merriment and entertainment. And you get to sort of watch. Or twatch. Yes. Now, I might change my name on here. What? Oh, are you? Yeah, I did wonder if 1507 was a bit of a lie in terms of your date of birth or age. So that makes sense. Pajama Mike, hey, how you doing? Welcome in. Good sir, I hope you're well. Welcome to Twatch. Change it to Potato. Being of greatness and the tater of taters. Oh, I love that. Yes, we will be competing in a number of rounds and interesting stuff that we could sort of riff off and play some improv and some comedy and do some fun. So if you don't find it funny, that's great. You're going to have a boring time, and that's what it's all about. But if you do find it funny, we got to win. So that's great. How this show will work is that Meatloaf and his compadre this week, Big Potato, will be competing against Puns are Blazing and her glorious partner, Numa, this week. Yes. They will be pitting against each other in numerous rounds where they will accumulate points, and they think they're going to win something. They're sorely mistaken.
You say numerous rounds?
Nice, exactly. Yes. Did I say what? The numerist? Did you say?
The numerous rounds.
The numerous rounds. Yeah, the numerous rounds. That's very true, yes. You're going to see a plethora of different rounds tonight, and we're going to start, ladies and gentlemen, as you all flood in, with the most boring one of all. That's right, it's the simple video game quiz. So we're going to do this to just get everyone rolling. Let me just put this up, because it's touching my joystick. Yes, I will be presenting you with... What's that look? I'm going to be presenting you with some questions, and you're going to need to buzz in and answer them. But before we do that, we need to establish, what teams are you? You haven't got names. I don't know how to reference you instead of like you and you and you and you. So, Meatloaf, Potato, can you at least accumulate a name for me? Help me out here.
What do you think? Yeah.
Well, we're both foods. So
The foodies.
the foodies.
The foodies? My word.
You know you want meat and potatoes?
It looks like it's going to be the foodie fighters.
Meat potatoes? Yeah, I like that.
So what's your official team name?
FBG says potato.
A potato.
Potato. Yeah,
Potato?
I like
We're
that.
gonna go portmanteau.
Yeah,
We're
potato.
Potato. Absolutely. Alright, so we've got the team Potato. And they will be pitted against guys that don't have a name for you. Puns, Numa. Hit me with something.
How about numerous puns?
Numerous puns.
Numerous puns. Oh, you're setting yourself up there. We better hear them throughout the
Yeah,
night.
we will have many, I would dare say numerous puns. Yeah.
Numerous puns. You like that? Numerous puns.
They're gonna be blazing.
Blazing.
Oh,
Pizza,
shit.
Pizza blazing.
Pizza blazing.
Puns are bearding.
Hot cheese.
Or
The bearded puns.
Beards are blazing sounds good, doesn't it? But what
Oh, that's a good one too.
what you said? Like you like numerous puns?
Yeah, let's go numerous puns.
Numerous puns. Okay. All right. So Matato. As an Englishman, I must have mispronounced it. Matato versus. I'm saying it like 3 different ways. Matato versus the numerous puns. There. All right, guys. But also, how am I going to know that you're going to be answering these questions unless you have some kind of sound to tell me that you're buzzing in? We haven't got the technology to pay for like actual sound alerts. Leave it alone, mate. Life. Right. So between you guys, you're going to have to come up with a word or something, a noise that I can hear and say, yes, you were first. Meatloaf. Potato, can you think of something? Oh, FBG, that's my mating call. Carry on. Thank you, Chungus. Oh my word.
So it's supposed to be like a word?
Yeah, a word.
Or like a sound?
A sound or a word that you can say when you want to answer the question first. So I can go, yes, it was potato in there first. Yeah. Come on, guys.
Meatloaf, do you have anything in mind?
Only like the noise that you make when you pinch a clown's nose.
Oh no! You're
I do
butchering
that.
it!
I can
No! You mean... That,
Alright.
he just sounded like the clown laughed back in his face. Aha! That's what I sounded like. No. Can you guys do that?
Perfect. Beautiful.
Oh dear.
I'll try my best.
Oh, it's my...
Or we could just say the word chocolate.
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 That is way easier.
I'm out of focus. Well, this is how things were in the 80s. There's no HD back then. Hold on, let me
Beautiful.
Let me get close. And then, there we go. Wee. Now that's Twatch. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking it in. All right, so you're going to say the word chocolate like that, and that's going to be
Yeah, chocolate.
your way to buzz in, right? Chocolate. That's a buzzer noise. Chocolate. Okay.
Chocolate.
Nima, puns. Can you blend your hair and beard together and come up with some kind of amalgamation noise?
I think it would be cool if we did like pinching a clown's nose.
Oh, original ideas there coming
That
through.
is a genius idea.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
Can't
I
deny
was
it.
thinking of just saying wanker, but
Oh, let's do wanker, but you have to do it in a British accent.
All right, let's
Like
see.
wanker.
That's the most British you can get. Go on. Put some effort into it. Go on.
I don't know anything else.
Feel the British
Roddy
side to you.
Wonka.
All right, so
I say chips instead of crisps. Like
Yeah.
what is that?
ooh, ooh.
What, you said that? What? I say crisps. Yes, they are crisps. Oh, we're not getting into this debate again. I went on for 2 hours with this once. No. Anyway, right, so it's going to be chocolate and it's going to be... What was it? I thought it was wanker.
Wanker.
You've got to know this if you want to answer. Okay, so both of them have weirdly got this motion going. So it's going to be chocolate and wanker, like that. Okay, so chocolate,
Okay.
wanker. Oh, British, I suppose. Wanker. Hello, I'm from England. I say wanker. Yes, that's how you think I talk. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Nailed it.
Alright, so we got that established. Potato
Wanker.
and the numerous puns with their buzzings of chocolate and wanker. So let's get to the first round, ladies and gentlemen. This is touching my joystick. So get your hands firm, ready to hit those buzzers and touch my
I
joystick.
beg your pardon.
What?
I'm ready to.
Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pose these questions to you. All you've got to do is buzz in with your noise first. I will then hit you up and you will give me the answer. So don't try and come in and buzz and then not give an answer, or I'll deduct points from you. Yes, I'm the host here. I'm the real twatch. That needs some work. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. First question, and this, you guys, you can play at home as well. So your impression of you sounds more like you than you do. Bastard.
He's not wrong.
Really? Oh, bugger. Alright. Well, fair enough, you're not a bastard then. In fact, you're spot on. Alright. If Minecraft were a planet, what would it be the equivalent to? Ooh.
What?
This didn't start off well. Your buzzer is chocolate, not what? If Minecraft were a planet in our solar system, what would it be the equivalent to? There's
Wanker.
only 9 options. Oh, there it is. Puns coming in.
Uranus.
Right. I knew that you were going to be trouble. Okay. There is no
He's set
way
him up. He's
you're
gonna
going to
knock
fit
him
Minecraft in my anus. Okay. Bad enough in there as it is, let alone sort of digging around. Okay. With their tool. So, serious answers, please. No, that is incorrect.
Oh. No.
Chocolate.
Yeah. Alright, bit of a stutter there on that buzzer. We need to get that fixed. Give it a good screw. Potato coming in.
Earth?
Earth? No.
Yeah.
No.
There's like trees and stuff.
No, Earth's small. Think about it. Minecraft's massive.
Wanker.
Oh, hello. You talking to me? Yeah, go on.
The universe.
I said which planet?
The planetary universe.
Oh, good answer, but incorrect. Yeah. There's only 9 options. There's now only 7. You could literally just buzz in and guess one. Why is this so hard?
Wanker.
Yes, Numa.
Jupiter.
No.
Wanker.
Oh, yes.
I may say so. What a
Mars.
charming smashing blouse you have on.
No, it is not Mars. No. Who's that? FPG. Oh, thank you very much.
Chocolate.
Who's it going to be? Chocolate. Yes,
Chocolate.
potato in there.
Venus?
How are you guys missing every single one of it? No, it's not Venus. I just said it
Wanker?
was big. Oh, yes, hello. Yes, in there, Numa.
Mercury.
I'm gonna punch him. First question. Yes, Meatloaf.
Saturn.
Unbelievable! You have named every single one except it.
Wanker.
Yes, in their puns.
Neptune.
Yes, it was Neptune. Oh, well done for
First
packing this first
try,
question
yeah.
out.
I want to be the
Though.
first person in the
First
game to
try.
say fuck.
First
Sean, you
try.
are. Well done. I laugh.
Can we get an explanation for that, host?
Can you get what?
An explanation?
Well, basically, if Minecraft was scaled to an actual planet, it would be the size of Neptune.
Oh, I misunderstood the question.
Yeah, that tends to happen. Yeah.
Don't worry, Potato. I think
I
everybody.
thought it was like, which one is it like most similar to?
I think that's the
what
point.
I thought it was too.
Oh, what do you mean, like in terms of like geology?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
See, I thought.
No.
At least it was
the mouth moving.
Personally, I've been to Neptune, and it wasn't like that at all.
Oh, I feel the same way, FPG, about the contestants tonight. I really do. Yeah, so, there we go. Right, I'm going to give you a point. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Got a point there. All right. What is the best-selling games console of all time?
Wanker.
Yes. Talking to me.
What is the PlayStation 2?
It was the PlayStation 2, and answered in a Jeopardy form. Bonus point. Yes, there you go. Well
I
done.
can do that. I
It was a
can do that.
PlayStation 2, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, good on you. I did not know that one.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, you got it
Catchy.
right in the chat. Did anyone else guess Neptune there? No one did in the chat, no. But John liking their his too, yes, very nice. The KFC console? What, there was a console for the KFC? Kentucky Fried console?
It's finger licking good.
Ooh.
Finger clicking
What, you
good.
lick, you
Good for that controller.
finger lick the joystick? That rhymed. Quite a good slogan, wasn't it? Okay, the first video game to be played in space was...
Chocolate.
Yes.
Pong?
No.
Oh.
Afraid not.
Wanker.
Yep, that's me.
Space Invaders.
No, but I like your thinking.
Wanker.
Yes.
Oh.
Puns.
Wait, who was
puns,
first?
Puns in there?
Pac-Man?
No, I'm afraid not, although they did pack a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Yes, in no potato.
Wait, what's it called? Asteroids?
No!
Is that the name of it?
A lovely guess, but no.
Wanker.
Chocolate.
Oh, no, Numa in there first on that one.
Who?
Numa,
Me?
Numa, yep.
Yeah, Tetris.
It is Tetris, congratulations!
Damn it.
Straight in there, the Russians
Oh,
got there
right.
first. Yes. Give you a point for that one. We had some Tetris in the chat there. Yes, no cheating, guys. Don't look at the chat when the question's being asked, just in case. But congratulations, well done, guys. If you said Tetris. All right, the most played game of all time as of now is. Think about the culture we are in.
Wanker.
Yes.
Minecraft.
No. Close though. Not in terms of
Wanker?
style, but in terms of. Yeah. Go on fast.
Fortnite?
It is Fortnite, yes.
Oh,
Congratulations.
I'm one of the kids.
Yeah.
Gen Z.
Oh.
I guess. I'm not really, but I'll take
Yes.
it.
I
I understand you. Trust me. I got you.
should have your green screen TikTok video play at this point, I suppose, at that point. Your Fortnite backdrop. I don't know what Fortnite is. That's painful to hear, I know. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, what is considered to be critically the worst video game of all time? It's quite
This
famous.
could be very opinionated.
No.
There's some really
Chocolate.
bad.
There's a reason I'm asking this question. Yes.
Chocolate. Contradiction.
No. Oh, you bastard! You know I hate that game. How dare you? How dare you? Oh, Maggie Line coming in with a resub there. 3 months for you as well. Thank you so much, Maggie. Welcome into Twatch. And hydrate. Oh, thank you. She comes straight in there and says, "Oi, you, drink something." Thank you. Resub and drink. Everyone, hydrate there at home. There we go. We're not sponsored by Matty Doo. We are sponsored by Newman's Beard. There we go.
Get yours today.
Yes.
You should puns.
$9.99.
Use code puns for 15% off first purchase.
See, I knew they'd work well as a team. They've even got discount codes. So yes, the reason I'm asking this question, it's quite famous for being bad to the point where something happened to it that has never been happened before. There's even a movie based on it. I promise you, we're doing the worst round first. It's not all quizzes, but you might learn something.
Chocolate.
Yes.
Custard's Revenge.
No. Although I think that may have, I can't remember. That might come out the same round. Think of the aesthetic of the show. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think I might have to call this. No one in the chat's getting this one. Sit 64 has been guessed there. Oh no, okay. I think someone has got it there. I'm gonna have to call this one. No one's guessing it. It was Pajama Mike E.T. that was buried in the desert, and it made the computer game Crash of the 80s. It's considered the worst game of all time. Although there are a few contenders to it. I don't know if anyone's played Big Rigs. Don't bother.
I've heard that and I completely could not think of the name of it.
Was E.T. No points there. Alright, good on to the next question. Pac-Man is designed to look like what food? I'll repeat that. Pac-Man was designed to look like what food?
chocolate?
No, it wasn't chocolate. Oh no, sorry, you're buzzing in. Yes, potato. Yes, go ahead.
Cheese?
No. Go on,
That looks
Meatloaf.
like a cheese wheel,
Go on,
right?
go on,
My
Meatloaf.
guess was.
Do it, Meatloaf. Go on. Hit it.
Chocolate.
No. Hit the soundboard. Come on, you know what she answered.
Cheese!
There you go. Thank you very much. That's my puns. No, go on, Meatloaf. Go on. What are you guessing? Oh, we got lemon in there by Maggie. No, not quite.
Pizza.
It was pizza, and I'm surprised I got that question
Oh,
just
I
for
should know that
Never
one.
Alone.
I
There you
should have
go.
known that one.
Congratulations there, you get a
My
slice of
mind
the
Changed
points.
my pizza.
Yeah.
My mind, to be honest,
Knowledge.
was wanting to say cheesecake.
Yeah, I was going to cheese. Alright, what was the first sold video game?
Chocolate.
One.
Meatloaf in there.
So I'm gonna assume Pong.
It was Pong. So I'm going to ping pong
Yeah.
some points over to you, my friend. Congratulations. All right, the last question of this round. Put your mic in there with Pong, absolutely. Well, congratulations. All right. This one's got a bonus point to it. So here we go. Listen carefully. All right, here we go. Eyes down for a full house assembly. We're off and running. Mario was a character in which game originally? And for a bonus point, what was he called?
Wanker.
Numer in there.
Donkey Kong. Jump King.
You were right about Donkey Kong. So you get 1 point, but can anyone give me the name he was originally called?
Oh.
Oh,
Wait,
farewell,
sorry.
Shine. Farewell, Shine. Yes, in there. Numa.
Jumpman.
It is Jumpman.
sorry.
That is correct. There
My
we
bad.
go.
My bad. I got so
nice.
close.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first round, I could conclude that puns and puns and Numa, the numerous I'm changing the teams up on the fly. The numerous puns are leading with 7 points to a Metato Pathetic 2, or a Metatu. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move swiftly on. We got the ball rolling, we got things flowing here. There's the boring quiz. It's out of the way. We're going to move things along now as we play our next game. One of my true favourites. It's Would I Lie to You? Okay, so during this round, each of you will be given a DM by me. That's right, I'm slipping into your DMs and going to tell you something either very truthful or I'm going to lie to your face. But you will read what I send you. It will either be a truth or a lie, and you must field questions from the opposing team and convince them that it's the opposite. We're going to test run this now because I'm going to tell you either a truth or a lie, and you're going to question me on it. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're all going to take a turn at this. So, I once fainted in the cinema when watching the Conjuring spin-off, The Nun. I will now take questions.
What part of the movie? What was the last bit before you remember?
Well, it got very hazy, so it wasn't like shock and then I dropped. It was more, the shock happened, then I was sitting there for a while, sort of like back of my chair, and I could just feel like a glaze go over my eyes. But it was when the nun sort of emerges from the water, very slowly, and it kind of lunges at the camera in like a shock, and then it kind of cuts away. It goes to like another scene, looks quite peaceful. But during that scene, I just remember like there's a pan of a field, and I'm just like, it's gone. But I was shocked by the jump scare, but it just took a while to sort of catch up. Any other questions?
Wanker.
Yep.
How old were you?
Well, it's only a couple of years ago, so I'm 31 now. Must have been 29. Must have been. Yeah.
How long were you out for?
Good question. I don't know because I don't have a phone or a watch. And Eddie was beside me, and he didn't sort of notice. He thought, I think he might have thought, if he noticed, he probably thought I was asleep rather than actually passed out. But I did wake up before the end of the movie because I don't remember how it ends. But like there was a sort of like epilogue bit, like you know where things like the dramatic thing happens and then say calm happens to kind of wrap up the film. It was kind of like in that, and then I remember the credits starting and rolling. So I'd sort of woken up at that point, and then I just kind of pretended nothing happened. Then I told Eddie afterwards, but he didn't like wake me up and shake me or anything like that. So I don't know how much time had gone because I never seen the film again. But I would have worked it out otherwise.
Quick, the fish.
Yes, quick, the fish. Go in there. Hey, welcome, Mozza. How you doing? Guys, you can guess at home as well if I'm telling the truth or lying, as well as our other contestants. But feel free.
At the buzz.
Puns.
Wanker.
Yes, go ahead.
Do you usually like horror movies? Because honestly, in that movie, the amount of jump scares that are in there is none.
There is, well, as far as I'm aware, because I only saw like maybe half the movie, there is
like the
one.
name of the movie.
She's coming with a puns. Numerous puns.
Leave. All right,
all right, fair enough. No, that was pretty good. That was, I'm gonna give you that. Well done for conjuring that one up. So yeah, okay, all right. To answer your question though, I don't know how far into the movie I was when I actually passed out. I suppose it could have been maybe in the first time. RPG. It could have been the first 30 minutes, perhaps. I was there sitting there for a little while. Then there definitely was at least one jump scare I remember, because then it happened. I have been asleep in cinemas before, but I definitely fainted on this way. So I've only fainted one other time in my life, which was when I got they took my blood once, so I hadn't eaten or something, and I just remember this kind of like star-like black mist going across my eyes, and then I just sort of and it fell. This one, I could see that coming after the fact, so it must have took its toll on me, and then I just went. I have passed that since, so I did it on stream, even if it remember. Just
chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Chocolate. Excuse me, sorry.
She's got chocolate stuck in her throat. Carry on, potato.
What season was it? Like weather outside, like what time of?
No, it came out at Halloween. I think it was 2019. I think. Yeah, about 2 years ago. So it's definitely October, but I weren't like on Halloween. It was like a few weeks before. Like it was like the beginning of October. I remember thinking, because we planned on going to see another movie at Halloween and we never did it. So. Yeah.
What movie was?
Sorry.
What movie was that?
No, I don't remember. It wasn't one that was cancelled or anything. So I remember we planned to see the new Saw film, but that was meant to come out last year. There was something that we weren't meant to see the year before. It was a horror movie. Maybe it was the Halloween remake. Possibly. We never ended up seeing it anyway, because plans changed. I think he went out for Halloween instead. Any other questions? No? Alright, well, Meatloaf and Potato, do you
If I may say so, what a charming smashing blouse you have on.
Thank you very much for that, Chungus. Yes, I hope it's talking to me. But yes, Meatloaf, Potato, would you like to have a quick discussion?
What do you think of that?
I don't know. I'm really bad at telling if people are lying or not. Do you have any thoughts?
I think he's a liar.
I think he's probably really good at lying, so it wouldn't surprise me if he was lying. Or maybe he knows that we know that he's good at lying, so maybe he's actually telling the truth.
Yeah, or he knows that we know, and we would assume.
This is going on and on. Numa, puns, can we hear your thoughts?
I don't believe you.
Oh yeah, he's lying.
So yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely
so,
lying.
do you want to lock in your answers?
He's a big old liar.
Meatloaf?
Lying.
I'm
locked in.
Meatloaf
Yeah,
says...
I agree with lie.
You want to do truth and pun?
We might as well.
We
might as well pick truth, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
Let's do
lie. It's definitely true,
Power play.
says Maggie. It's a lie, isn't it? Okay. I think it's true, says Mozart. I'm a big phony. He did play Among Us as an imposter. Didn't he play Among Us as an imposter? No, I got the reputation on Among Us as the yellow bastard. But I always told the truth. So.
Would you like a
jelly baby? No one has ever fainted ever. It's a myth, I tell you. All right. So Meatloaf Steve is saying true. And Puns is saying it's a lie, and I can confirm, ladies and gentlemen, that I did not faint during the screening of The Nun. I did watch it with Eddie. We thought it was decent. It was pretty crap. I don't know. It was alright. I didn't faint. No,
Yeah,
I have.
we should
but
have second guessed ourselves.
I did faint for a blood test, and I did faint on stream. But there you go. Let's show anyone who guessed a lie. Congratulations. Now, each of our contestants will also you know how this game works, but the questions will be fielded by the opposite team only. And you must convey either the truth or the lie. So they don't know whether they're going to get the truth they sent back to them, or a lie. They must read it as I have typed it to them. And we are going to start, ladies and gentlemen.
Pardon me.
Well, as he's perked up, we'll start with Meatloaf.
I'm so sorry.
So, Meatloaf, be prepared for DMs, and I want you to read this statement to Puns and Numa.
Okay. Let me get my glasses ready.
Read it exactly as it is written.
Lovely.
Okay, I'm allergic to coins.
Questions from Puns and
I have a
Numa.
question. Is it because
Yes,
you're never making any sense?
Oh! Nice.
Oh.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing? Meaty
No.
meaty burp.
No.
That was the question. Yes or no?
No.
Wanker.
Yes.
When you were growing up, how did you pay for bus fare?
I never took the bus. I live in the middle of buttfuck nowhere.
That's the name of the actual place as well.
What part of the coin, like what material are you actually allergic to?
I'm just allergic to zinc.
That's
Gotcha.
what it is.
So which coin makes the most allergic reaction for you? The nickel,
Mainly-
the penny.
It's mainly the nickel that I'm more allergic to. The other ones do break me out still hot.
The horsemen in the chat there, they seem to know what's going on. I wouldn't rely too much on the chat if you're reading it, because obviously
No.
because if they know, they might be playing you, or they might tell the truth. And if they don't, they're just guessing anyway. So I wouldn't rely too much on reading chat. But guys, you
So
keep
if
guessing.
someone asked you, Meatloaf, if someone asked you if you like a certain popular pop punk, not punk, pop rock band, you would say, no, I do not like Nickelback.
Oh.
Oh god, they're the worst.
Wait, do you like a boy band called NSYNC?
That was solid.
Thank you. I think I might know if you don't have any more questions.
I think Meatloaf might be the only person who cannot flip a coin to The Witcher.
What do you think about the answer?
What have we got in the chat?
Okay, here's the thing. I think it might be true. Only because in conversations, like, he's never mentioned that, though. It's the only thing. You know what I mean? And,
yeah, not a thing you would bring up for sure.
Just
By
be
the
like,
way,
yeah.
allergic Nickels.
Hi, I'm Meatloaf, and I'm allergic to nickels.
Hey, when do you join us?
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, what do you think?
I think it's a little outrageous, but maybe it's not outrageous enough to be like the truth.
Yeah.
Like I'm leaning on the lie part, but it's so crazy. It might be the truth.
There's a cat.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Wendy there, potatoes. The cat. I'd give you guys shout outs, guys. If you're not following these wonderful individuals, please go off and follow them, because they are all worth a follow. They are wonderful streamers, and we're honoured to have Numa and Potato especially join us this week. Puns and Meatloaf will be our regular team captains on the show. And so they're always going to be here, filling us with their wonderful puns. I said weird because her name's puns, but still. So, are you guys ready to make a deduction on this? Have you thoroughly probed him?
I think
Yeah, we've told them enough.
All right.
Deep enough.
Have you got a greater consensus? Would you like to lock in your answer? Is Meatloaf allergic to coins? Is it a truth or is it a lie?
you guess first. You think? What do you think?
On me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say true.
Yeah, I'm gonna say true.
Meatloaf, can you reveal, was it a truth or was it a lie?
It was a lie.
Never changed.
You're so good at lying.
That is correct. Meatloaf is not allergic to coins.
I
And
felt like I kept smiling all the way through.
that's great because I'm
I
only
was like, that's for sure true. Like, that's, he didn't even.
It's just outrageous enough to be the truth. That's why I decided it had to be true.
Yeah.
I'm pleased it is a lie because he's only going to be paid in quarters tonight for his appearance. So, his graphic apology, yes, Meatloaf is not allergic to coins. Alright, let's flip the teams. Oh, yeah, hello.
Before, I've already received.
You
my
have got a
payment
coin
of
collection. Yeah. I was wondering if Potato might actually remember it or not. I know she thinks it's
I
tea.
knew that.
Same
I
thing, rather.
knew that, and I forgot. I thought he just liked to punish himself. I don't know.
I like that. I'm going to sell farm today. I'm going to flip a coin.
You can't touch the most.
Oh dear. He makes it, if he
At
was
night, I
allergic to
roll
coins.
over and just put coins everywhere on my body.
Very hard making decisions, 50-50 decisions. You just can't flip that.
There's a nice little slot that you can put him into, by the way.
Oh!
Oh no, you killed him.
How dare you treat Meatloaf like a vending machine?
Meatloaf, breathe.
Oh dear. Alright, we're gonna flip over now. Numa Guy, you are going to be given either a truth or a lie, and I would like you to read the statement that I send you as it is, and you'll be probed by the opposite team. Oh, I don't know why I wrote it like that. You type it away. Okay, here we go. Here's your statement now.
My nickname at school was Ear Sniffer.
Alright. Meatloaf, Potato, please field your questions.
What caused this? What was the chain of events that led up to?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. I sniff ears. Well, I used to sniff ears. I don't do it anymore because I'm a grown-ass man. But when I was a kid, I used to be obsessed with the smell of earwax. So.
Did you sniff your own ears or other people's ears?
Never my own ears because I can't reach my nose to my ear. But
That
I remember
That's a good point.
that's a really good point.
I'm doomed.
I remember there was this kid named James, and he had like his ears were just like covered in earwax because he did not know how to clean it. I think I was in grade 1, maybe grade 2. Yeah, no, it was grade 1. It was grade 1. And like I used to sniff his ears because like the earwax was just so crazy all over his ears. It was great.
Now, did you prefer wet or dry earwax?
I don't think I really cared because I don't really know what wet earwax is. Have you ever seen wet earwax?
We actually have a thing in the UK where if you're in the south, you'll have dry earwax, and if you're from the north, in Scotland or just the northern reaches of England, you'll actually have wet earwax. It's very odd.
All right. I didn't know that was a thing, honestly. So
So
I guess I'm gonna say dry earwax. I didn't know wet was a thing.
Yeah. Odd, isn't it?
How often did you sniff ears?
I mean, surprisingly enough, not that often. You only do a couple times to get your nickname to stick, you know. I just had this obsession when I was a kid, like earwax. I also like loved the idea of like making an earwax candle, and I thought if I can get enough of the good smelling earwax that I can make a nice smelling candle. But
Okay. So did you gather earwax after you smelled it?
no, I couldn't. I tried once, but then it got lost in my pocket, so that never really It was more like a dream. Like maybe one day in the future, I can collect my own earwax that smells good and make a can build, but it never really got far.
Hey, Spike.
My mom would often just throw out. My mom would often come to my desk and just I'm at home and just throw out the earwax once I collected enough of it to make it seem like, hey, look, there's a pile of earwax.
I got one question.
Yeah.
Are you a serial killer?
If I am, I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Good point. I
Eddie,
just have to make sure there's no police reports of the victims missing earwax.
I was a kid. What the heck?
all right, Eddie. Yeah, it's true. He's done a thing. Okay, so Meatloaf, Potato. Is there any further questions, or are you willing to decide on this statement?
I have a couple more.
Certainly.
Yeah.
How long did this go on for? How many years? Or was
like
it
I
just
said,
the one?
I didn't do that often. I think it was grade 1 or grade 2 around that time. A couple of times sniffed. Think I stuck around.
Potato. Look at JJ's name.
Potato! I love it.
Oh,
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That's great.
That's
a
awesome.
potato. Now you're stuck with it for 6 months.
Yeah, you got to have it for a little while. Yeah, he knows. He knows. Thanks to me, he became Meatloaf. He was Scottish
I love
Rick.
that so much.
Now we only call him Meatloaf. He didn't even want that name. Oh.
Okay. Can you describe the smell?
Ooh.
I mean, it's not that intense. It's like I found it was pretty subtle, the smell, but like it's got this weird sweet. It's just kind of its own unique smell. I can't really describe it anywhere else, and like I haven't sniffed other people's earwax in a long time, so I recall it being like a sort of like a weird, sweet, unique earwax smell. That's why I was obsessed with smelling earwax. It was just its own thing.
What did James do when you sniffed his ear the first time?
I mean, he didn't like it. He pushed me off of him, of course. What would you do if I picked you up and sniffed your ear?
Let him finish.
We don't know Numa. We never went to school with you, so.
I just meant it would be rude. It's like taking candy from a kid.
Yep, taking candy.
Candy from a kid's store.
Nah, he pushed me away, but I got a nice little whiff, and then he called me ear sniffer.
How long after your ear sniffing phase did kids continue to call you ear sniffer?
I'm being serious.
It didn't go on for that long. It was kind of like sectioned off. So, like I said, grade 1 or grade 2, that's when I started. That's when I did the ear sniffing, and that's roughly also where it ended off.
Quick the fish, and thank you for the host.
So like the year I sniffed someone's ears.
The year you sniffed someone's ear.
I was a kid. Yeah. So kids can't sniff kids. That's a fact. There's nothing wrong about that.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong about that.
I think we might be ready
to drive-by sniffing. No.
Drive-by sniffing. I love it. I'm sort of standing there, sorting out a pencil case. You just kind of rush past her. Okay. Keep going. Yeah. Straight in there with the snods. Yeah. What do people in the chat think there? Do you think that Numa was labelled the ear sniffer at school? Let's see what you guys think. Potato.
I got one more.
One more question. Okay.
One more.
Let's look at the last question.
Okay.
What did the teacher say about it?
The teacher didn't know about it. He was in the schoolyard. I sniffed James's ears.
Okay.
The kids called me ear sniffer, but then I didn't cry about it. It's a fact. So I'm like, well, I did.
He owned it.
Ears, so.
Potato Meatloaf, you want to discuss whether you think this is a large shift? It's a bit mixed in the chat.
What do you think of that?
Like, I don't know if this is bad, but I honestly have no idea.
Well, when I was growing up, I've done some pretty weird shit. Like in kindergarten, I accidentally bit a student.
Accidentally.
It's a little worse than sniffing someone's
Yeah.
teeth, let me tell you that.
Yeah, but still, it's believable.
Yeah.
But
Meatloaf's like, well, they used to call me ear biter, so I think it's pretty.
no, it wasn't even ear biter. It was wrist biter. It was actually Chihuahua.
Ew.
Yes, it was.
But I don't know. I don't know how great of a poker face Numa has either.
No, at first, like in the beginning, I was like leaning towards that he was lying, but by the end, like I was kind of thinking maybe he was telling the truth. So I don't know.
Well, for me, I think he's lying just because of the whole teacher question. Because, I mean, if you call another student earwax or someone gets caught stiffing ear or even has that, the teacher will intervene with something if the teacher ever hears that.
But if
Kids
it only
are-
yeah.
Potato poked people in the eyes when he was first meeting people.
It's quite the greeting.
I should have saw that coming.
That's why you always,
But-
whenever you meet someone, that's why you always go, oh, I like that. Because okay, gotcha. Yeah.
just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
Teachers don't get paid enough to deal with ear sniffers.
Yeah, can I
That's
talk?
very true.
My general
I might not
greetings
talk
now,
anymore.
like when I greet someone, I'm like, hello, how are you? Let's see, I'm covered. So,
What do you think?
We need a conclusion here. What are you thinking?
You've
I'll go
played
with
all these
whatever you
games.
think.
What does your inner Nancy Drew say?
Oh man. I don't know. At first I thought that he was lying
Mm-hmm.
because of the way he was answering the questions. But then I felt like he was answering the questions quite comfortably in the end.
Well, then so was Soul.
I don't know.
I say
Are you
He's
thinking
telling-
lying?
I'm thinking lying, but I'm kind of leaning towards more truth there too. I think we're gonna lock in with lie.
We can say he's lying. I don't know. Do
Harley,
you want to say he's lying?
Harley refused to keep her pants on as a young kid, and does she still got that habit? From what I've heard, pants are banned in her household. So yeah. So what are you going with? Truth or lie?
Let's go truth.
Yeah,
Truth? Okay, we can go
Alright.
truth.
Nima, were you an ear sniffer? Was it a truth or was it a lie?
Actually, no, I was not.
It
a liar.
was a lie. Numa was not an ear sniffer.
Numa,
But
I'm
well
so
played.
sorry. I believed you were an ear sniffer. I feel so bad.
I feel.
You know what? I forgive you, Potato.
I
forgive
feel Numa actually played that very well. I'm going to give them a bonus point for the team there. Yeah, I think
don't
you
mind
played
if I
it-
do.
I think you played that very well.
Soul,
Yes.
I know I peed right before stream, but I have to pee again.
Actually, Soul, I might have to go as well. Can you go to the
Unbelievable.
bathroom?
All right,
Soul teacher?
guys,
Soul teacher?
go off.
Commercial break.
Go for a piss. Go do your thing.
Yeah, run an ad or something.
Okay.
All right. No worries.
You look back and improv a song. We can improv a song.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Let's do Wonderwall.
Let's eat. Let's eat. Don't grab the guitar. Let's eat a foul jelly bean. Here we go. I'm just going to pick this one and pop it in.
Ew.
Why don't do that?
Looks delicious.
It's dog food.
Ew.
No.
Bark, bark.
You want to go down? Down, boy, down.
God, this
Oh.
is very uncomfortable.
Oh, it's gone. It's gone, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. For your entertainment, I just ate a foul jelly bean that tasted like dog food. This is Twatch, and that was Twatch. I'm losing the will
Here,
to live.
you know what? You know what? I'll join you in that, Soul.
Oh, here he goes. I bet he gets fucking marshmallow again. Or
Ew,
like
no.
toothpaste. Oh, I didn't have to set up FPG. Oh, I would have done that. I'll tell you what, I'll get that set up for the next episode, just in case.
It was liver and onion.
How was chat? Ooh.
Ew.
Oh, I love liver onions.
I hope everyone is well.
Oh,
Thank you all for joining us and supporting us here tonight.
And
We really
this?
do appreciate you being here. Something new, something original. Trying to get all it back. I ate a foul jelly bean that tasted like dog food for everyone's pleasure while you were gone.
And I had a liver and onion one.
Yeah. Puns refused to put her bean
FPG?
in her mouth. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on. So. Okay. Next year we're going to move on now. Puns! The wonderful puns are blazing. Let's see what statement you are going to be given. I'm going to write this now and you're going to say it as it is written. Ooh, yeah, rotund. And you must convey it to the questions asked.
I apologize.
So, Puns, your statement is coming now.
Okay, so I recorded, performed, and mixed my own album.
Questions?
What kind of music was it?
It was mostly covers, like cover songs. It was that, and there were a couple originals, but it was mostly covers.
Can you
Huge
give us
cover.
the title?
Did I what?
Could you give us the title of the cover? On the cover?
I think it was. I don't remember. I think it was probably something stupid, like Annie's Tasty Tunes. It might. I don't remember.
Right, that's the title of the album, correct? Is that
Yeah.
the- yeah, okay.
What band or singer did you cover?
A lot of Coldplay. And then just a few like alternative songs that were popular at the time. I think I did Alessia Cara. What's the name of that song? Here was on there, I believe. And there was a little bit of Train on there too.
Chat, what you thinking? What are you thinking?
How many hours?
How many
Did it
hours
take?
was this? Oh, did it take? It took about a week, like a solid week that I worked on it. So, I mean, maybe I'd guess 40 hours, maybe. If you work on it every day for a bit.
How old were you?
I was in my first semester of college. It was right before Christmas, and I wanted to make special gifts for everyone. So, 19, I think.
And was Mariah Carey on that album?
No.
Yeah.
That's very, very specific, wasn't it?
I,
What the hell is he doing? Any more questions?
Who did you give the gift CDs to?
family and friends.
Did they like it?
I hope so.
Oh, if they should.
I think they did.
Do you still have a copy?
I do.
Oh.
Hmm.
Would you like a jelly?
Would you like a jelly
I
bean?
love the notebook.
So what are we thinking here?
What was the hardest instrument?
The hardest instrument?
Yeah, to work.
I did all piano and vocals. I didn't add anything else in. It was just piano vocal.
Pianos can be quite hard depending on what they're made of. Alright, maybe not.
That one was a B flat.
Oh, here we go.
How long have you been playing the piano?
About 12 years.
That was a grand joke, Meatloaf. Anyway.
Almost 13 years.
It's a grand joke. I just got
No.
that.
We could debate these jokes all on bits of black and white issues. So. Anyway.
That was a rolling thunder.
Look at him up there in his ivory tower.
Like a rolling thunder chasing the wind.
Alright, so so we got a lot of information there about Punz's album. Is there anything else you want to question about this album or Punz herself?
Yes, what was the cover art?
It was just like I didn't have cover art. It was basically like one of those, like the CDs that you would just buy at a store, but it was actually like a vinyl cover. So it looked like a vinyl, but it was just a regular CD.
Oh. Okay. What are we thinking now? Meatloaf potato?
How many copies did you make?
20, probably. 15 to 20, I'd say.
Meatloaf? What are you thinking to that? It's got some conclusion here. You have to discuss this. Are you thinking truth or are you thinking it's a lie?
That?
I'm kind of leaning towards lying.
Chat, are you leaning towards lie as well? Where's your head at?
I'm leaning towards truth.
Yeah? I mean, like, it could totally be true.
It could be.
The only reason I was leaning towards lying was because, like, when you asked her what the name was, she kind of, like, had this, like, smile and then, like, went, like, straight face again. Which could be, like, no. I was just like, maybe you're lying. But then the rest of it, like, I could have seemed true, so.
No, but yes, you didn't.
Is Punz the type of person to give a homemade cover CD to friends and family as a gift? That's the question.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know either.
You're gonna have to come to some conclusion now. We're gonna have to force your hand a little bit. We're gonna have to see if we can make a unanimous decision here. Is it a truth or is it a lie? Potato, Meatloaf, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking.
I think she could be the type of person to give a cover CD to friends and family as a gift.
I think so too. Truth.
We can. Oh man, I don't know. I feel like it's truth, but my gut is leaning towards lie.
Gut's a lie. What do you think?
So
I don't know if I trust my
we'll go
gut.
with gut. Wait, let's trust your gut.
What does your gut say, Meatloaf?
My gut says I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing.
Okay.
So we're going with Potax's guts.
Very helpful.
That's your team captain, by the way.
I don't know. Okay, let's just go with lie then.
Say,
Go and lie?
yeah.
Okay.
Lie.
Okay, Meatloaf Potato are saying it's a lie. You did not make your own album. Punz, did you record, perform, and mix your own album? Is it a truth or is it a lie?
Honestly, I'm upset that y'all think that I wouldn't do that. because I did that.
She did. It
That's
is
true.
the truth.
I genuinely don't.
Oh man, I thought it was
remember.
a total lie.
No, I don't remember the name of it. I really don't. It was
See,
something
that's
stupid.
what threw me off.
I
That's
really
what threw
don't.
me
I didn't
off.
think about it.
Because I know
I
that's
don't
the name of your YouTube playlist.
It
It is, yeah.
That's what
But
threw
I
me
think-
off.
I think there's a possibility. That's the only name I could think of to name it. I really don't know.
So I'm making a
I really
small
don't
note
know.
of don't
Mhm.
trust Pat's gut. Sorry, Patats, but I'm gonna give feedback.
She's been marked. You're gonna get a review at the end, just so you know. Teammate review. Alright, we've got one more contestant on the train. Ladies and gentlemen, it was in fact a truth. Puns did record her own album, and maybe one day she might play it for us. Let's not put pressure on her. But yes. We've got one more person here to play the game. Big Potato, I'm going to be sending you a statement. It will be a truth or it will be a lie. They have no idea what phrase they're going to be met with. So here we go.
So nervous.
Talk about yourself. Or don't.
So, lovely weather.
Checking out
It's
this.
raining outside, but it's nice.
That's still lovely weather.
I like the noise. It's like hitting. You guys probably can't hear it, but it's hitting the air conditioners outside.
Yeah.
Lots of ping.
I
Okay.
love Scorpion weather.
Your statement is ready for Tats. You must read it as it's written, and in Pun's Numa, you must question her. Here is your statement now.
I once flew a 4-seater plane above Oregon without a license, but had to leave the state quickly when we landed.
Your face, I can't.
All right, let's probe her. So, I should say that again. No.
What kind of plane was it?
It was a Cessna.
You said 4-seater?
Yes.
Who was with you?
I was by myself.
Well, how did you acquire said plane?
It was not mine.
How did you get in and fly it off?
I got the keys and I got in. I took the keys from someone who owned the plane. And I got in. And I.
Beg pardon?
All right.
What did you do?
Well, she.
Oh, right. Oh, wait, no, now that was a boat, wasn't it? The second time. Okay. I thought she passed gas. Anyway, carry on.
Potato, do you play Grand Theft Auto at all?
No, but I've watched people play it. But I don't think I've ever actually played Grand Theft Auto.
Were you trying to get your license? Do you have any experience flying planes?
Yes, when this happened, I was experienced enough to fly and land the plane. I did not go on the plane and not know how to do it. I would have died.
What possessed you to take the plane away from someone? Their keys from their own hands. Why would you do that?
I wanted to. So this was in high school, and I was a total daredevil in high school. I know you look at me and you don't see daredevil, but in high school, I was a lot more adventurous.
Any more questions here? I mean, I feel there's more to that story.
I mean, I guess left the state because you were,
Look at you, baby.
they didn't like you flying a plane. Do they know it was you?
Yeah, they know it was me.
Why did you do that?
I just wanted to. I wanted to. Why?
May I ask why you had
Planes
to?
are pretty cool.
May I ask why you had to
Planes are
leave
pretty
the
cool.
state very quickly?
Well, she stole a plane, right?
I don't know. It appears that way. So, why did you have to leave the state? For that.
Mm.
Is this a dark secret?
Because I lived in the nearby state. So I took the plane. I was here. This is the state line. Plane is here. I took the plane and I live here. And I went over here and I took the plane. This is state line. I took the plane and I went over here and then I went back here, but then I had to get home, so I went back over here.
And what state do you live in?
At the time, I was living in Oregon.
But you stole the plane in Oregon.
No. Okay, so like Portland, Oregon, and then across the bridge in Washington. And
Oh, okay.
the plane was in Washington. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Americans, is Washington next to Oregon? I don't
Sorry.
know. I'm not American.
What are people in the chat
Is it?
thinking? So we go. Interesting.
I forgot you. I forgot you weren't from the U.S.
So is Oregon next to Washington? I know.
Quick, the fish.
Oregon's next to Washington. Washington, Oregon, California.
I feel bad.
I'll take your word on that one.
I laughed
I'll
because
take your word on that one.
Anyways, yeah.
Okay.
I grew up on
No
the
idea.
West Coast, but me about the East Coast, and I will have no idea. So.
All right.
Alright.
I mean, I know Washington's like on the far west, like next to underneath British Columbia.
Mm.
I just don't know where Oregon is. So.
Oregon's right underneath Washington.
If you can trust her words, of course. What are we thinking here? Is she telling the truth?
Of course.
Is she lying?
I'm a hitter with a lie.
Yeah, I want to think it's true, but I know it's not.
Yeah, I know.
So
yeah.
are you already
This will be
looking?
amazing. If true, big.
Yeah.
But, otherwise, yeah, it's a lie.
All right. So you are saying it is a lie, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Potato. Is what you said a truth or a lie?
It's the truth.
It is a truth.
I had
Yes,
permission.
good job. I can have with
Well, I
truth
didn't
as
have a
well.
license. I didn't have a license.
She did not have a
But
license.
I did have permission.
She had
I
permission.
did have permission.
I even thought she was lying.
Because you stole the keys.
At least,
No,
Joe,
I took the keys.
if you can see
Somebody.
the
Oh.
Handed them to
screen,
me.
I have an image for you. Look at this.
Son of a. Oh, I hate it.
There is Potato with her plane.
Didn't expect
Refueling
that.
it. There you go.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Not
So
refueling it or whatever you were doing there.
this actually isn't the plane that I
Oh.
flew.
More lies.
I did fly this plane, but the one that I was thinking of was actually one was with like a real instructor. They're both Cessnas, no, so I guess it doesn't matter. But I did fly by myself from Washington to Oregon and back, and then I had to go home afterwards, so went back to Oregon.
Tad, I need a pilot for next week. Are you available?
No, so this was in high school, and I don't know how to fly planes anymore. I spent like a couple summers in high school like learning how. Cause
Sure, it's like riding a bike.
maybe, but yeah, no, I didn't end
Can
up
only
ever
call
getting
off
my
one.
license, so I can't help you, Meatloaf.
You
It
guys.
really
Screw myself,
sounded like it came out of Grand Theft Auto, not gonna lie.
Honestly, it did.
Yeah, I told Soul like, oh yeah, I used to like fly planes in high school, and he was like,
Right, yeah.
I like worded it.
Yeah, I worded it and I phrased it in a way that was a little bit more dubious. So, did anyone actually get any points on that round at all, apart from Numa's bonus round? No one got any of those right.
Yeah.
No,
We guessed Soul was a lie.
Numa got... Yeah, so you're the only one. I'm the crap one.
Yeah, you're the only bad liar, Soul.
Oh, dear. Yeah, I think...
Fuck it, how about we have a poker night?
Yeah. Right, I'll write that down for the chess tournament poker night. Oh, my word. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for playing Would I Lie to You. We conclude that round, and the points are Pun's team sits at 8 with Meatloaf still trailing at 2. Unfortunately, no one picked up any confirmed points there. Only Numa's exceptional lying capability, which was the star of that show, or that round rather. So let's hope let's hide that there. And what you'll see it on the screen now is for our next round, ladies and gentlemen, which is...
Oh, Soul,
Yes.
your earwax smells delicious.
Oh dear. I've had a drive-by.
Oh no.
There it is. Where is this one?
I love how you said earwax was like a sweet smell. Like what?
Listen,
You were like,
I
that's pretty
have to go
sweet.
with something.
You guys did a
No,
really good
no.
job. I got it.
I was gonna
I don't know
ask
how
a question
earwax
about
smells like personally.
That was a
Well,
lot. That round was a lot of
smells
fun.
bitter.
Did pretty well. Okay, so next
I
gentlemen.
hardly know her.
Coming up next, we are playing the game. What did I call this? Did I remember what I actually called this round?
What?
Puns?
What's going on?
Hold on.
Wait,
I forgot what I called this round.
Wait.
I call it
Round.
Dub Dummy, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yes.
Yes,
Oh,
Dub Dub Dummy.
it's time for the dubbing round. In this round, the teams will be presented with a scene from a classic movie, and they will be using their improv skills to dub over it. They have only seen the clip once before, at the very least, I believe. To give an example of what's going on, I'm going to butcher something right now for your entertainment. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if I can do this. It should pop up on the screen for you. It's in the screen share. Okay. So I am going to redub over this scene, classic scene, from Willy Wonka. 3, 2, 1. Hello, you little brats. Got the munchies, eh? Some acid drops, sure. Some opium for you. Let's see, some hash for you. Hey kids, Willy Wonka's got a new thing to destroy your nasal passages. It's an hallucinogen. An what? An hallucinogen, you little shit. And a little what? A turd. Now listen, I know when something amazing comes along, Sonny Jim, that will rock the hood. Oh wow. Who can take a ketamine, sprinkle it in meth, cover it in cocaine and a miracle or two? The drug man. The drug man can. The drug man can, 'cause he mixes it with semen and makes the world taste good. Who can take a weed plant, stick it in a cavity, soak it in the sun and make a strawberry lemon pie? The candy man? No, the drug man. The drug man can. The drug man can, 'cause he mixes it with semen and makes the world taste good. Willy Wonka makes everything he bakes satisfying and moreish. Talk about your childhood wishes, You can even eat the dollar bill. Do 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 do. Who can take some heroin, dip it in some LSD, separate the solo and collect up all the cream, hit her face? The drug man, Willy Wonka can. No, the drug man can. 'Cause he mixes it with semen and makes the world taste good. And the world tastes good 'cause the drug man thinks it should. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Brava, brava.
Thank you very much.
Lovely. Absolutely lovely.
Yeah, so unfortunately, that one was obviously well thought out in advance, so thank you very much. Now we're going to put the teams to test with some improv, because they're going to actually have not so much time to prepare as we present them the scene, and they must do their best to convey some form of narrative. Stepping up to the plate first will be Potato and Meatloaf, the Matato, as they get ready. What? Why is JJ hurting himself? What's going on there? Yes, regardless. They're going to see this classic scene from the Addams Family. So, let's get to the back.
Alright, Meatloaf.
Oh
Okay.
god.
Let's do this.
Oh no.
Meatloaf will be providing the voices for the two male characters. Potato providing the voice for the 2 and a bit female characters, because we're not sure if she is actually fully female. No, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and...
I've got supper for y'all. For
Oh.
me? For you.
Huh?
More for you.
Looks like Cthulhu.
Yes, just for you. It's Cthulhu.
Can't think.
Don't eat too much, darling.
Never. Never. I really can't.
Oh no.
Fuck.
I don't remember him saying that in the movie.
Fuck you, you little shit. I don't want to eat this food. No.
Oh, we moved on to the next round. Oh dear. Oh my word.
I'm crying.
It looks like Cthulhu. You little shit, I don't want any more. Oh my word. I'm going to give you... Right, you will be judged against each other on your dubbing skills, so I'm going to ask you again, would you like to take another shot at it?
No, I think it's perfect.
Perfect to be judged as it is. Oh my word. Alright, we're going to move on to puns and
I'm
Nima.
proud of Meatloaf. We did good.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a laugh going on now.
I'm laughing so hard.
Oh dear.
My favorite scene in that whole thing is just when he looks at her and says, "Fuck you, you little shit."
Okay. Nima, have you got your source file prepared?
I am ready to hit play whenever you are.
Okay, so I'm gonna get this scene set up. This scene that Puns and Anuma will be performing is from Pulp Fiction, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and go.
That's tasty.
Really? Because I heard it really sucks.
That's not true.
Let me give it a shot. Bring it over here. All right.
What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna give it a little sip and. Yeah, it tastes It tastes like dirty vagina.
It's $5.
Why would you believe that?
I think it's delicious.
Yeah, well, whatever.
If you look out the window, all the boys are coming to the yard.
Are they bringing milkshakes?
No, we have the shakes.
So, oh, okay. Not the pussy. That's much better. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
So they're gonna buy your milkshakes?
I feel like you already did.
Nope, not gonna do that. Sorry.
I have a line of men outside waiting for my milkshake. It's only $5.
Well, puns. A lot of men outside. This ain't your yard.
Oh.
You don't know what property I own. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know me at all. And I have property and land.
Well, yeah, very fair. You're right. I don't.
That was
Jesus
weird.
Christ, that went places, that did. Oh my word.
really weird.
You have to bring in the pussy. I don't know why.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. I love how instinctual she was like, I'm going to say it's $5. She didn't know what he was about to say. So
Well, technically,
it was like vagina, $5.
it's a $5 shake in the movie.
That's right, it is. It is. But I just love that vagina, $5. It was so on point. You got some great lip syncing in there. Alright guys, in the chat, who did you think did the best dub tonight out of our two teams, Meatloaf and Potato the Potato, or the numerous puns with their rather saucy, as it was said, rendition of Pulp Fiction? Who do you think had the best dub, ladies and gentlemen? FPG, what are you thinking?
Quick, the fish.
Quick, the fish! Thank you, Meatloaf. It looks like there's a little vote for Numa. I think I might be leaning towards Numa.
Ooh.
And Puns 2, we have a Pulp Fiction there. I think we lost it during the Addams Family. I think I'm going to give the points there. 2 points to Puns and Numa. They reached the ultimate score of 10 points, and all Potato Loaf down there at 2. But don't worry, it can all come back around. Doubt it. But there you
I
go.
would have given it to them because that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Can I just say that Meatloaf and I had to do like significantly more voices each?
You did, but you had a shorter
Than the other
scene.
team.
You had a
Yeah.
shorter scene though, that's the thing. You had to do less improv because you had a shorter scene, but more voices. So it balanced out, you see. They had to prolong the
They had a nice
conversation for
long,
longer.
dragged
Yeah.
out scene.
It was dragged out. They had to take humour from whatever was in there because it was quite a slow scene. Whereas you had a lot going on, but it's shorter. So, sorry. No, just Alex. Yes, you do. What are you talking about? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next round here. It is time for 8. I put the wrong one in there. That was the round we just did. Let me get the right one up. Was it this one? No. You only sent me 5 puns, I think.
Hold on. I sent you 6.
You did send me 6. One of these is the right one. Unless I did not set it up correctly. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, I must have missed one because I've only got 5 in my inventory. Alright. A little hitch there. I've got an inventory. What's your Resident Evil? There it is. The next round we'll be playing, ladies and gentlemen, is Love Bites. That's right, it's time for Blind Date. How this works is pretty...
Love bites.
Yeah, it's a good song, isn't it? This exact is it Hailstorm? Dead Love Bites.
We don't even have to do it now. We got it.
I don't remember it. Now if I do that, hey, there we go. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Love Bites. Okay, so for this round, it's time for blind date. Puns here is looking for a date with numerous candidates that are up for offer. She's got some questions ready to ask them, but these people that are willing to go on the date have some rather odd things and behaviours about them. So it will be me, Numa, Potato and Meatloaf will be answering her questions in a certain style. This prompt will be messaged to everyone. They will keep it secret. They must answer in the style of the prompt given, and at the end of the 3 questions, puns must guess who was doing what or what was wrong with them. So I'm going to be sending the prompts to you now, guys. Yes. So for Tats, here is yours. Nima, here is yours. Meatloaf, here comes yours. When Numa returns, we will ask puns to ask the candidates for this upcoming date. The first question.
Just to be clear, everyone is different, right?
Everyone has a different prompt.
Okay.
If you can guess it correctly, you will receive a point for your team. If you fail, then the point goes to the opposing team. I do not count. I'm a bonus. If you can get it, you can. If you don't, you don't. And no one gets a point. It's just a bonus for you. So, okay. And I think we're off and running. Make sure we have our prompts. We are ready. Puns, you will ask the question and then ask it to one of us, and then you would say same question, but then to another person, so that we know in turn which way to go, until everyone has answered each individual question. So when you are ready, Puns, please ask away. This is Love Bites.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
So, what are you looking for in a partner?
What I look for in a partner would be a good sense of humor. Yes.
Okay, same question for Meatloaf.
That's a tricky one. Something sportsy, I guess. Sportsy person.
Athletic?
Yeah.
All right. Same question for Potato.
I'm looking for someone where we can go far away to a remote place, a remote location, and then just chill there. It's someone who's willing to do.
Okay, same question to Numa.
I'm looking for someone who wouldn't ask too many questions, wouldn't really look into who I am. Honestly, if they were blind, they'd be the perfect partner.
Okay. All right.
Guys in the chat, try to guess what is wrong with us. On to the next question.
Okay. So you need to cancel your weekend plans because of rain. So what do you do instead? You start us off, Meatloaf.
Oh, what do I do? When it rains, I normally go outside and practice shirtless. Exercise shirtless.
Same question, Potato.
I don't really have any plans, just kind of like trying to live my life and like under the radar, you know, just like, away from everything. Like I don't really like to like go like into crowded places or do anything like that. So raining, totally okay. Like we can chill like wherever, you know, away.
Okay. Same question to Numa.
Honestly, if it's raining outside, just close the blinds, close off all the lights, make sure no one can see me, make sure my partner just has trouble seeing me as well. Just like stay low profile, really like just take it low key, you know?
Okay, so?
I would probably attend the theatre if I could, but that's rather tricky if I have to stay indoors. So I'd probably watch back one of many great performances that one of my friends may have done. Yes, very much so. We record them. Do we? I can't remember. Yes, we do.
All right. And my final question for this evening. Do you believe love at first sight, or do I need to walk by again?
Smooth.
Sorry.
Who's that to?
What are you asking that to do?
I'm asking, we'll start with Potato this time.
Yeah, love at first sight. Let's go. Let's go a couple hours up north. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Okay, let's go, Numa.
I live in love at first glance. Like, don't look at me more than once. Like, just like glance at me, perfect love. Let's go. You know, don't have to walk by twice. Don't look into me, who I am, or anything. You're good. You're loving with me.
Okay, so.
Love! I knew it well! I say love all the time, so I do believe that there is such a thing as love. Oh yes, absolutely. I probably wouldn't go as far as to say the love that you would constitute as love is one that I so, bugger it. Desire! Thank you, Timothy.
Okay, Meatloaf?
I would say I don't believe in love at first sight. Love is like a flower. You just gotta let it grow.
Okay.
Alright, puns. You have used your questions, I hopefully wisely, to deduce perhaps what is wrong with us. So, who would you like to start with? Who do you?
You.
Me? Am I the easiest one? Alright, what is wrong with me?
Are you Dracula? Oh.
No.
You also sound like an American making fun of you and doing the British accent and talking like they think you would.
No, I did that
me.
earlier. I would have called you a bloody wanker. No, I'm afraid I'm not. No. We're going to strike that and I'll reveal it at the end. But who would you like to guess next?
Meatloaf.
I think Meatloaf did actually drive by again.
You sound like a jock.
A jock?
Like a Chad.
Yeah, real Chad, bro.
Not quite. quite, although to be fair, Meatloaf didn't give quite a lot towards his prompts.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him for that one.
It was hard. He was like, I'm sporty.
His second question probably was the closest you'll probably get to guessing it, I think.
Okay.
Well, and the third one a little bit.
A little bit. I was expecting to see you do a little bit more action, if I'm honest.
Oh.
Yeah. So what do you reckon? So you said Chad, a jock. It's not that. Should we move on to potato?
Like an emo introverted. No.
Quite. Try to think about her answers and how there was a theme throughout her answers.
She reminds me a lot of myself.
Oh, really? Oh dear.
Honestly.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed. I kind of hope not, to be honest. If she is who I think she is.
How do I not know?
I obviously I do know, but I do think Potato and Numa probably did a pretty good job with the questions you gave to convey it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they definitely stuck with a theme throughout that was pretty consistent. I did one thing that was pretty consistent as well. Meatloaf took his shirt off. What are we thinking? One more on Potato and then we'll move on to Numa. It's tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amish.
Oh no! I'm gonna grant Potato a point there.
I'm just kidding.
Congratulations. Okay, let's move on to Numa. What do you think Numa was doing?
At first, I was gonna say like e-girl, and then as we went on, I was like, "Are you actually a cat?"
That would get the game away, wouldn't it?
Well, no, not because of that, but because of the answers. You
No,
was like,
yes.
"Don't look at me.
Mm.
Don't bother me. I'm cat.
Yeah. That's
Meow."
Oh, okay. Okay, Julie! Hello, Julie! Welcome to Twatch. The first Twitch comedy panel show. We're playing Blind Date, and unfortunately, puns cannot guess who our dates candidates are. I think Numa's going to get a point on that one as well, which actually gives you a point.
Fine with me. That's fine with me.
Actually, no, I suppose not. Actually, because we want to work together, so actually they get another point. The opposite team get a point. So, well done, Numa.
Wait, what?
You did a good job.
Wait a second.
No, you did
I
a good.
did so well. The other team got a point.
You did a good job. That she should have got it, but she didn't get it, so both of you technically failed.
Yeah, I should have got
let's
it.
reveal in order from me, Meatloaf, Potato, Numa. So I was a actor who kept forgetting his lines.
Oh,
Yes.
you sounded like Dracula.
Cheers. Well, Dracula was portrayed on the.
I was a theater kid, yeah.
Theatre kid was closest. I
theatre.
probably would have accepted that, absolutely. But yeah, I kept forgetting my lines, unfortunately. Meatloaf, do you want to reveal who you were?
First, can I say what I sent you? I'm going to kill you.
Oh, did you actually say that? Oh, right.
Yeah.
You did?
I was a guy who thought he was in a martial arts film.
Exactly. What?
Okay.
Yes. Potato, please reveal what you were doing.
I was trying to be a criminal on the run.
Oh.
Yeah, clicks doesn't.
I thought you were a serial killer.
Yeah, I think a criminal.
Well,
I would have given that.
To be fair, it was a tie between you and Numa.
Which means
Serial killer.
Oh, for serial killer. I
Serial
suppose
killer.
technically, I probably wouldn't have accepted
we
serial
both
killer for
didn't
Numa
know.
because it's quite clear she was a criminal. So I would get that across. But Numa, would you reveal, please, what you were
That
doing?
makes sense.
Well, my clever cat ears worked really well because I was in disguise and didn't want to be recognized.
Yeah. It was as simple as that. He just didn't want to be recognised. He wanted to hide away so no one could see his face. The best person he could date was someone who was blind. Good improv. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that Numa guy was like that creature in that X-Files episode that has like the mouth that's like that lives in the water.
What?
Like human, like hybrid.
First of all, that's very oddly specific. Second of
In
all,
that-
what did he say that made you think that?
Because that guy is like super ugly. So I thought
What? How dare you insult our guest?
the guy in the X-Files episode.
But what was it about him that made you remind you of Numa?
Because he was like, "Don't look at me, I'm ugly."
He never said he was ugly.
Because he was like, "You should be like
Oh.
blind." So I was like, "Oh, he like his character is so ugly that he doesn't want people to look."
I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, wow, that was a lot of fun. I did
Excuse
enjoy
you.
that.
I'm not calling you ugly. Don't look at me. I just thought your character. I thought that's why your character didn't want to be looked at.
I will tell you what, on the next
No worries.
episode of Twatch, which we're hoping will come to you next month, if all goes well, Meatloaf will be in the hot seat where Puns is at the moment, and he'll be inviting numerous guests to his dinner party, so it'll be his turn to have the pressure on him. What, is he looking for a fight?
What? No. Fixing my collar.
Alright, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we go to our penultimate round of what happens next. For this one, we need to look at the screen share. I don't know if it's a small clip, Numa. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. That's okay.
I'll figure it out.
Okay.
It's fine.
Um,
Don't split it too much.
No, okay, no worries. So I'm going to just remove that again. This is what happens next. So in this round, we will show a clip from Twitch from one of these wonderful streamers to the opposing team. It will cut off at a certain point, and we will ask the guessing team to tell us what happened next. It's rather simple and quite a quick round. So first up, we are going to see a clip from Big Potato here, and Numa and Puns, you're going to tell me what happens next. So let's see the clip in action. Just going to drag that down like that. Okay, so here we go.
What will we do with the drunken tater? What will we do with the drunken tater? What will we do with the drunken tater early in the morning?
Oh, perfect.
Oh, there's some...
What's the next part of that song?
Okay, so she sings that song and then says, what's the next part? Then we hear Fuzzbrain, I believe, say, what's the next part of that song? So, what happens next? As specific as you can be, the more points you will be rewarded.
Could you hear
So
that?
I'm
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I heard that. I'm pretty sure she was in the rest of the song, right? So she was in the next verse, which would probably kind of go along the lines of shape his balls with a rusty razor.
Knowing Patats,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure.
Very, very specific. I like it. What are we thinking? Puns?
What do you call the skin of potatoes? Like shave his skin with a potato. Never mind.
Take a Peter.
I like that.
I feel like there's an action that happens instead of like the rest of the song.
Okay.
Ooh, like something comes up and kills her or something.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. What's your final say here?
It could not be, but that's just what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's very possible. What would you think would happen?
Maybe I don't know. Hear a few crunches and then like someone dies. I don't know.
Someone dies.
In a video game.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Not in real life.
This was the demise of Fuzzbrain. No. Okay. So, what's your final say of what happens next? We should take a look.
Take a look.
No. What is your
We have to
final
guess.
say? And then
Oh,
we'll
it's a
take a
guess.
look.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Do you want to go with yours? Do you want to go with mine? I both sound plausible.
It doesn't matter to me. What are you feeling? What's your gut say?
I'm feeling ballsy. Let's go with balls with the rusty razor.
All right, we're going
Okay.
with the song continues with a very specific verse. Let's take a look at the full clip.
What will we do the drunken theater? What will we do the drunken theater? What will we do the drunken theater?
Oh, tater, she says.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, there's a
What's the next part of that song?
way, hey, it up, she rises, way, hey, it up, she rises. Oh no! Sorry, that was loud.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no no no.
Oh no.
Oh jeez. Oh no.
She does continue the
Please,
song.
oh no, no.
Hey,
A bit of
there's that
both.
voice. Midnight,
She does
hey!
continue the song.
How you doing, Mid? Good to see you here. We love you. Welcome
Sticking
in.
with his balls. Thanks, Midnight.
So, we saw there that Potato did carry on the song. You're going to get 1 point for that. Not the specific verse, as she was attacked. I think if you had gone along the lines that Pans was maybe thinking there, you may have got a bonus point
Yeah.
there. Oh no!
A little bit of A, a little bit of B, you know.
Yes, absolutely. Alright, let's flip things over and let's see what happens next for Numa Guy. So, Potato, Meatloaf, let's put your knowledge to the test when it comes to Numa. So, let's take a look at the clip.
Alright, let's go. Oh, is there a different pose? Yeah, okay, so we can do this. It gets me every time. It's fine.
Alright, it's fine.
It's fine.
What
You know what?
happened
I've
next?
seen this clip, but it's been so long that I don't even remember.
I've never seen this clip.
Oh.
Like, I've literally, like, seen this, but I don't even remember.
I will say that this clip now has how many versions on your channel, Numa?
I think there's 5. I think
Five.
that's the newest version.
That's the
we got
newest one.
there.
Okay, I thought I got
Yeah.
the newest one.
Yeah.
What happens next? What are you thinking?
Does he crash the plane?
Well, with the way the whole thing went out during takeoff, I would assume it's going to end up live leaks. So, yeah, I say it's probably going to crash and burn. There's no saving it.
We're going with
They
crash.
were dead before. They were dead way before they even left the tarmac.
Oh! I think that is a very punishing statement towards Numa's gameplay skills. He was very optimistic to begin with. Alright, let's take a look. You say it's going to crash. Yeah?
And burn.
And burn. Let's take a look.
Oh, is there a different pose? Yeah, okay, so we can do this. It's fine. It's fine. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
And then it... Oh.
It's painful every time. It does not get old. It does not get old. It does not get old.
I love that. I love that.
It does not get old.
It does not get old.
You know, it's just so cringy.
Would you add it? You're going to continue to add to that?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep
Absolutely.
adding to that. Every
Excellent.
like long form stream, every like special event when we do clip shows,
Yeah.
that one's going on the end. It's gonna be like a million Numas in the end. You're not gonna be able to see a clip anymore.
Absolutely brilliant. Okay, let's minimize that down. Why is everyone cropped here? Oh, I know why. It's because I need to do that. There you go. Everyone goes back into position. Okay. Memo, you and Potato get 2 points there. So at the end of our penultimate round, puns and the numerous puns. There you go. They are leading with 11 to what was it? Potato. I think I'll remember these. I'll write them down next time. With 6 points there. So you never know. You might be able to gain some points in our final round. which is scenes we like to see. Yes, for this round, we will be given, the teams will be given a prompt, including myself, and I get blurry. They'll be given a prompt, and we must go round in a circle and give a response. If it falls flat or is not accepted, I will tell you, and you'll get one more shot. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll see how Jen was saying. But if I say you are out, and we carry on going until there's only one person left standing with their prompts. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to put some improv to the skill now. Our first subject here on Scenes We Like to See is wrong things to say on your first day in the army. We will start with me and we will go clockwise around the screen. So it'll be me, clockwise around the screen. Yeah, it's the biggest clock first, so that's me. Then we head to puns, Numa, potato, meatloaf, back to me. Is that understood?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay. So these are the wrong thing to say on your first day in the army. Well, I'll take this room, but where are the rest of you bunking?
Is it my turn? Okay. Hello, is this the army? I signed up to be in the leggy. Thank you.
Nima.
That was good.
Thanks.
That was good. Drop and give you 20. Aren't you supposed to pay me?
Ooh, I like it. All right. Potato.
Okay. Hey man, whose side are we on again?
Even bring a team man in there. I like it. Meatloaf.
So, are we showering together?
All right. Oh, get down and give you 20. My throat's gonna be red fucking raw.
God damn.
Hey.
Puns.
Okay. Yeah, I had a 2.0 KD in Warzone, so I'm pretty good down here.
All right, Numa.
Oh, that kind of drill sergeant. Should I put on my clothes then?
Oh. Oh dear. They're gonna get promiscuous. Potato.
Yeah, we're in the like lunch hall. That's like the backstory. Hey, do you have anything gluten free?
Oh dear. Get what you're given in the army. Meatloaf.
Yes. Does this dress make me look fat?
Why do I feel like every time we do this round, that one's going to keep coming up when we okay. So this is just every second Sunday, right? Not continuous.
Don't ask me for a res after you get downed. Like
okay.
Warzone.
Right.
So, what exactly constitutes treason?
Good. Potato.
I don't know.
Hello. I think Potato's cut. Potato's out of the game.
I'm sorry, Meatloaf.
Hey, you did quite well. Give it.
Yeah.
Meatloaf, on to you.
So, what you're saying is I have to use my toothbrush to clean the toilets?
Ew.
That's a good one.
What happened there? What went wrong? Hold on.
We all shifted.
I think I typed out there.
We all shifted.
Hold on, I gotta lean a certain way. There we go. I gotta lean.
Hold on there.
Patats is gone completely.
She's out. She's gone.
I'm on two screens.
There we are. I think the screen share timed out or something there. I think it's because it might have been minimised. There we go. All right. Where do we put our teddy bears? Exactly.
Okay. Hello, is this the place to get good health care and mental health treatment after I faithfully serve my country?
Oh dear. Yeah,
That's real.
That's
for real, yeah.
Numa!
All right. So when burn down the White House again, I'm ready to burn that bitch down.
Alright, Meatloaf?
Oh god, hold on. Yes, so I go out into the firing range and fire?
I'll give you that one, Alright. So, when exactly do we invade Poland? Fuzz?
Yep.
So, do we get punished for friendly fire in this?
Numa.
Wait, I have to run the obstacle course? I thought you were giving me a lesson about how overcoming my emotional obstacles.
Oh, that struck. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They need more of that in the army. Go on, Meatloaf.
Listen here, shouting will get you nowhere with me, young mister.
Okay, that's fair. So, do we get some kind of, like, really cool, like, salute or something? What's up, Buds? Why do I have two Nazi jokes? Come
I
on.
didn't know if you were finished, sorry.
I did.
Okay.
I did
I want to
actually.
interrupt.
Go on.
You guys look great.
You guys are great. Alright, yeah, go on then. Numa.
When you say protect your country and queen, which queen are you talking about? Hearts, spades, clubs, diamonds?
He's got a gambling addiction. Meatloaf. Oh.
I'm fighting my laughing real fast. So I thought this was the Navy because I heard there was a bunch of seamen.
Oh dear. I know I'm meant to serve my country. Did we get to pick which one exactly? Puns.
Drop and give me 20. Excuse me? Drop and give me 20, please. I refuse to do it with an attitude.
Ooh, I like it. Although that was very close to Meatloaf's one earlier.
It wasn't the same, though.
No, but okay.
He was like, aren't you supposed to pay me?
No, his no,
What?
no. Meatloaf's one was
Wait,
don't
was that
shout.
yours?
Meatloaf's was like don't shout at me. The attitude thing. But that's all right. Go on, Meatloaf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Numa. Sorry, Numa.
Right. Those are different.
No, I think it worked. I'll give you.
Oh, I just signed up here for the free lunches. That's it.
Oh, Meatloaf.
Oh, so when I signed up to be a part of Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, that was the wrong sign-up sheet.
I heard you do push-ups here. Do you do them in all cup sizes?
What the hell?
What? Puns?
Are you done? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, charming.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
Now you're good.
Because then I would look like a coward.
No.
No. Oh god, this one's stupid. You're out in the field, ready to fight. You break into song. Number 1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down.
Oh no!
10 kills on the board right now.
Puns! No.
Sorry, I don't know about
Oh, I love it. I love it.
That's all I got.
Self-referential humor. I like that.
That's all I
like
got.
If you know puns, I think I'll get that a little bit more. That was good. I like it. I'm giving it to you. Numa.
Can I park my tank in the handicap spot?
I like that.
So when you guys said we would be jumping out of plane, you didn't say with parachutes.
Yeah. Do these guns backfire often? It's just I'm looking to claim disability. Puns.
Army? What about RU? You're so selfish.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Sit on that one. Numa.
So, if I'm wearing camo, does that mean I can just walk around naked?
I suppose it could.
You know, the reason I'm here is because I saw a poster that said Uncle Sam needs you. I did not realize I would be getting fucked in the ass.
I got a riff off that. I saw a poster that said that Britain needs you. So when does the fingering begin?
That's a very similar joke.
It
I
is.
don't know.
Oh, you made me forget what I was gonna say.
Oh.
Oh, I got one. What?
There you go, go.
Oh,
I've got to
you
time
made
you
a
out
hand
otherwise.
gesture.
Got to time you out otherwise. So, hesitation.
Oh. So when do we get to leave the ladies?
Numa.
Hey, does my insurance cover gunshot wounds to the foot?
Oh dear. Do you? Oh no, speak though. Go on.
Yeah.
Step to you.
But trying to.
Yeah, sorry.
You know,
I'm so quick.
I've been in this man's army one day, and I'm getting sick and tired of people trying to cut me off.
We going to allow that one? Would you say that in the first day of arming? Well, no, you wouldn't, I suppose.
No, you wouldn't. So that's the criteria.
Yeah, but then I'm gonna have to put some context on it. Go one more, quick as you can.
One more. You know, I thought about shooting myself in the foot, but then I just realized I'd be one hop away.
Oh. Okay, I respect the fun. Right, so I've done all the training. I know how to shoot. I can run a fucking marathon if I have to. But where is the supply of white flags?
Oh crap! I left my gun in my other pants.
Numa.
Can you please stop yelling? I'm nursing a massive hangover.
So, when do we get to meet the nurses?
Is it okay to declare my dysentery now or do it later when it will benefit me more?
Ew.
Yeah.
Sorry, Numa, I've got nothing.
Oh!
Sorry.
Nothing puns is out.
I'm running dry as well. I'm running dry as well.
Well, then we go to Numa.
So, are we reenacting the French side or the German side?
Reenacting. I like it. Meatloaf.
This is nothing like I thought it would be. Nothing like Call of Duty.
Alright. So, are the medals made of chocolate? Numa.
Are the what made of chocolate?
Are the medals made of chocolate?
I only joined because I heard that one song, in the Navy. Where are the village people?
Meatloaf.
How many guys do I have to blow in order to get that rank of 4-star general?
Oh, there are pips on your shoulder. I just thought you were messy eating that orange.
Hey boys, if I drop the soap in the shower, do I have to worry about your pistols or am I safe?
Meatloaf.
Oh god.
Oh.
So, is it okay if I go on night duty tonight drunk?
Okay, alright. I brought my own tank. Is it okay that it's a Tonka truck? Numa?
What?
do you not
Wow,
know what
a room of
is?
20 beds. So, which room are you boys sleeping in?
Oh, that's
Oh,
very close to my
yeah.
first one.
It was very close, slightly different, but I saved it for like my last resort. I know the P at the side there.
Meatloaf. What's very close, that one.
Seems that someone left me a sandwich, but there's a turd in it.
What? Someone left me a sandwich, but there's a turd in it. I'm gonna call that on Meatloaf, I think. I'm gonna then bail out of that one. Numa, congratulations. You stood the test of time on that one. We're gonna do.
Oh man, I had no more. No more after that one.
So
I was dry. Good job, Meatloaf.
We're gonna reward some
Good job,
points
Soul.
here.
Really good try with that turd sandwich. Good effort.
Yeah.
I mean, to be
Don't
fair,
let them.
you shouldn't say that on your first day.
That is true.
No.
That's true. Okay, we're going to do one more round, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up here and call it a night on Twatch. So here is our last prompt, our last round for the evening. This is words you never hear from a newsreader. I will start. Welcome to the news, you uneducated brats.
Is it still my turn next?
Yeah, clockwise.
Okay, same order.
Yep.
I love my job.
Numa.
Sorry, Canada. I can't read to you the news. It's too sad. Just go and have a great day.
Oh, I got a massive cheer there from Jack Frog. Thank you very much, Jack. Ribbit, bitch. Yeah. Yeah, we love Jack Frog. On to potato.
And that concludes the evening news. Peace out, homies.
I like it. Meatloaf.
In breaking news, there was a man who was arrested for concealed carry, and he was nude.
Oh, where do you stick that? Alright.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. Okay. I know the news, you don't. Puns.
Okay. Literally nothing has happened today. Nothing.
Numa.
Jogger found dead. Body says.
Today, Jeff Bezos gave all of his money to charity.
Who's that?
Is that real? Yeah.
You got the last one, give it. Meatloaf.
So, did you see that Jenna in accounting has a nice ass? Oh shit, we're on air.
I swear that's happened.
Oh my god.
A man was convicted today because he fucking deserved it. Puns.
Hello. I'm on the news. I don't have a degree.
Oh, shots fired there.
But I anyways, that wasn't a jab.
Numa.
And now to see men play with balls. Tennis news.
Nice one.
Oh my god. This is the news. They give me cues. I read them. What rhymes with them?
Phlegm.
Yeah.
Don't see me with any phlegm.
Yeah, okay. What you got there? No, we need it. Meatloaf.
On tonight on the news, breaking news, I don't give a shit and I'm drinking on air.
From props. Okay.
That's the only prop I have.
This has been Fox News. I suggest you fact check this shit. Oh, fact check. I stumbled, but I got there. Well, I'm throwing shade now. Puns.
Hello, welcome to the 6 o'clock news. These hoes ain't loyal.
This just in. You're fired. Oh.
Brilliant. Potato.
Next on the news, we're going to have an exclusive interview with Jack Frog. Ribbit, ribbit, bitch.
Oi! Yeah, because he'd never be on the news. Yeah. He's banned. Meatloaf.
Breaking news coming out of Cincinnati, Ohio. It turns out there's nothing going on except for a nude pigeon.
Nude pigeon.
It's very
Alright.
specific.
The scenes you're about to see are disturbing and they turn me on.
Oh, it took me a second.
Oh man.
Puns.
Hello, I'm on the 6 o'clock news. I don't know if I can say that actually.
Your 18 certificate.
I don't want to say that. That's okay. That's bad. I can't say that. It's fine. I don't want to say it.
It's
Yeah,
cutting. Oh, punches
Yeah, you
out.
can cut it. I don't want to say it.
Oh my word! I want to hear it after.
No, I don't want to say it.
All right, we move on.
I
Mima.
can't.
She can't.
I got to show you the weather, but I'm not wearing any pants.
Yeah. That's how you.
So this is kind of similar to Numa's, but I was like already thinking of it, so I'm like totally not copying you. Anyway, so next we have so-and-so with the weather, and then that's the person. And then they're like, yes, okay, tonight you will see we have a full moon. And then I'm not actually gonna moon you guys, but like pretend I mooned you guys.
Oh. All right. We'll
All right.
everyone except Meatloaf will
I think
imagine
it would
that.
probably be inappropriate for stream, so like,
Yeah, probably a bit.
A little against TOS.
Everyone except Meatloaf can imagine that now. There we go. Meatloaf.
Except from.
Yeah, Meatloaf suffers from anesthesia, so
Oh, right.
he can't.
Oh no!
So
Oh, I see.
Fantasia.
You did
yeah.
that. You did that.
Meatloaf, your turn.
Tonight on the news, I'm about to punch the fucking host.
I thought you were the host, mate. All right. Okay. Yeah. Go on. A little bit to the left. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is the news. Fonz.
Okay.
No, I.
Oh no, you knew that.
I-
Yeah.
All right. Stop reading this and smile. Oh.
Tonight on the news, yeah, I can't actually read. Yeah, no, I can't read. Okay.
Meatloaf.
Oh, sorry. Here in Africa, these children are forced to earn themselves a wage. I said more polish. Sorry.
Oh my god. Oh, that's good. All right.
Holy crap!
All right. Tonight on the news, this is a Batman comic. Nima.
Hundreds of police officers have gathered here today to give a memorial to this fallen police officer, Dee Megadoodoo?
What?
Oh, okay. That was a meme from, 2 years ago. Sorry.
Your potato.
It had actually happened. It had
It
actually
actually happened.
happened.
Oh my word. Oh wait. It actually happened.
Yeah. It
Oh!
actually had happened. But you wouldn't believe it. But
It was on the news.
Yeah, it wasn't
Oh, I think Numa takes the loss there. Alright, Numa comes out, the rules and bullshit. You could have got away with that too if it weren't for your blasted, honestly.
I don't like how to explain it. No one got it.
Potato.
This just in. There's a terrible virus going around where humans are turning into moo. Humans are turning into moo.
That is the highlight of tonight. That was
Good.
That was good. That was great. You win it.
10 on 10. Can I get
Yeah.
a potato?
Yeah.
Can I get one to her?
Yeah, sure, why not? No, Meatloaf, go on.
So tonight on the news, breaking news, there's been a man spotted loitering in this area. Turns out it was me.
I'm bailing out of this one. Over to Potato.
I don't got anything else.
And that's fine, because basically your team just won the points. Congratulations, Meatloaf. You survived that round. I think we're going to reward some points here based on that. I think we're going to give some points there. And I think based on her performance there, I'm going to give them that much, and then he won.
Carried a 2.
So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our final scores. I want to thank everyone who's joined us tonight. We did overrun just a little bit. I do apologise for that. Well, it's the first, it's a pilot. We'll narrow it down in the next one, but we appreciate your time nonetheless. Everyone else, thank you very much for joining us for Twatch. I can now reveal the final scores. Potato, Meatloaf, Patats, you have scored 17 points this evening. Was it enough to win? Let's find out.
Big money.
The numerous puns, you have won nothing, but you have won the game with 19 points. Yes, congratulations.
Yay.
2 point difference. They caught up quite well with the last round. Congratulations on that one. And you are the victors tonight. The numerous puns, ladies and gentlemen, puns, and Numa Guy.
Numerous puns.
Yes, we'd like to say commiseration to Meatloaf and Potato, and we'd like to thank
Wanker.
all of you. Oi.
Bloody wanker.
Bloody hell.
I'm proud of us, Meatloaf. We did good.
Yes.
Wait.
It's
If I
a
remember
shout-out,
right, Soul is above me. So Soul.
No. Oh, yeah, I suppose technically. Yeah. Yeah, he's pointing the
You're
wrong
facing
direction.
the wrong
Right,
way.
it's the wrong way.
Other way, other way.
Oh, no, that's the puns. I'm sorry, puns. I'm sorry about that. Pat your head in a patronising manner. Okay, so...
That was the wrong side too.
that was the right one. I don't know anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Twatch. I want to thank my my co-hosts and panel captains, Puns Are Blazing, for being puns amazing. Scottish Meatloaf. Hey,
For losing.
For being.
Hold on. I fucked that up real bad. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
There it is.
There you go.
And we'd like to
There
thank
you
our special guest joining us for this month's episode of Twatch, the wonderful Big Potato. She's a small fry. And of course, Numa Guy. There we go. Yes, that's you. Thank you very much. Yes. There's a shout out. Guys, if you haven't already clicked and followed these guys, please do. They're all wonderful streamers, very entertaining, and I am honoured to have them guesting here tonight on the first edition of Twatch. For anyone in the chat, please stick around because we are going to go to a Be Right Back, and within the next 5 to 10 minutes, me and Harley will be back with the late night lock-in. It's the after party. We're going to get a little bit spooky here as we head towards Halloween. But Twatch will be back next month, and we will have some new contestants joining Meatloaf, Puns and I here on Twatch. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's all say farewell, just for now.